Vast grasslands, rolling mountains, men and horses, gunfire and revenge. These are the images that come to mind when a typical Western film is mentioned. However, within this setting, the power of the dog has a core that is diametrically opposed to the traditional Western film. This video is going to discuss how the power of the dog uses this setting to deconstruct masculinity and the patriarchal society. What is a typical Western film? Take the film Stagecoach as example. The story is usually set in the pioneering period of the America West, with typecast characters, cowboys, marshals, prostitutes, and fixed plots, good versus evil, white versus native Indians. Moreover, these characters and plots are often given specific meanings. The invasion of the white symbolizes the conquest of a primitive by an advanced civilization. The figure of the cowboy reflects the American imagination of heroes. They are rugged, loyal, forceful, and they are all men. Returning to the film The Power of the Dog, the film still follows the classic Western elements but deconstructs and reinvents every symbol. The sacred steed is violently whipped. The testosterone-filled pup is run by a tender mother and son. The strong-looking male protagonist has a sensitive, closed heart. The director takes the viewers on a peek into his private space where he still can't give up his manhood. He wraps himself in mud before he dares to dive into the water. He is placed in the position of an object to be gazed at, which is often the situation of female characters in Hollywood. It's not uncommon to introduce Western elements into LGBTQ themes. Brokeback Mountain has a similar setting, in which it also reflects on the repression of human emotions by patriarchal society. However, The Power of the Dog has a more profound and thorough rebellion. In Stagecoach, the vast Western landscape carries the man's ambition. In Brokeback Mountain, the beautiful and charming landscape is a utopia that shelters to man's love. The Power of the Dog deliberately omits the display of the landscape, weakens it into a blurred backdrop, and denies the possibility of love. Phil continues to repress his desires and finally dies of the object of his desires. The director uses this contrast to show his completely pessimism towards patriarchal society. The Power of the Dog's denial of masculinity is serious and highly realistic. Film Barbie achieves a similar effect in a more recreational way by creating a setting that is completely disconnected from reality. Men and horses are replaced by women and pink. Barbie's setting stands on the opposite side of the Western film, seeing the absurdity of masculinity as an outsider. In conclusion, the film The Power of the Dog achieves the deconstruction of the typical Western film with a traditional setting. Among films with the same setting, it has the most revolutionary point of view, and among films with the same theme, it stands out for its relevance to reality. It presents a merciless mockery of masculinity and a comprehensive critique of patriarchal society.